Good morning, because it's morning. I said I would clarify about having a shower. The last video I did for you was changing the bag over by the basins. I'm going to do one in the bath because I've just come from the bed. I'm going to talk quickly also, I'll come out of the way a little bit further back so you can actually see. The night bag, because I've not actually talked about the night bag. I want to pop it down there, just there for a second. And the night bag basically just fits to the bottom of your normal bag that you've got on here. Okay. You've got two little. I'll come a little bit closer. You can see. Hopefully you can see there around about here. Okay, about high enough. You've got two little prongs on here. So you squeeze those together and then you put. Okay, two things. Make sure that this is closed, okay, when you take it off. If you're putting it on at night, when you've emptied your bag, and we'll do that in a minute, once you've got a clean bag and whatever you've got for your night, just push it on, it just clips. Put it on there, click, it's done. And then you need to make sure that you've turned it so that the red part is open, so that means there's a flow, so it can flow down. A couple of times I've forgotten, or in the night you've turned and for somehow it's managed to go like this. All that happens is the bag fills up. Okay, in the morning or whatever, later on, you think, oh, that's full. Okay, just open it back out, wiggle your line around until it starts to then flow back out. Okay, it doesn't always flow straight out. Sometimes you have to hold it so there's a nice straight line, and even then sometimes if it's a new bag and there's not enough air in the bag down there, what I would do, if I come up, sorry, excuse me for a second, right, if you have your liquid in here, I would get the liquid like this and then squeeze it a little bit, and then it will shoot it off and it will send it down into the bag. Okay, so taking it off, turn it off, pinch, and you've got it there. Okay. And I tend to do that normally, I'll do it over the top of the toilet, because what I do is I take the bag off and I don't have a new night bag every day of the week. I reuse my night bags. Okay. Everybody's different, everybody's got their own ways of, some people do it, a new night bag every night, completely down, up to you. Okay. But I don't. I coming through, if I show you what I do, some of this, I empty the bag into the toilet, and then I clean the end off and let the water run into the bag. I shake the bag around and then empty the bag again. To empty the bag, face the other end of here, you've got your little stops. You push this across and then it will flow. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little hole in there. And at the moment it's not, it's stopped. Pass this to the side, if you bear with me for a second. So that's a stopper with a hole in it like so, yeah. Okay, and you've got this hole that's wanting to go. At the moment it's like this, so the hole is against the soft, so it can't go anywhere. But when you push the thing in, the two holes align so the liquid can flow through, yeah. After a while, always at the beginning I always double checked, but now it's become habit of what routine I do when I empty the bag, and I always do the same thing as in the same routine, so it's always closed, yeah, so you don't get stuff going in there and then flowing through there and flowing out the other end. Okay, that's the night bags, just a quick one about the night bags. Okay, now we're going on to the shower. Changing your bag, having a shower, changing your bag at the same time. So what I tend to do is I pull my stuff out to start with. So I've got my readies, my ones with holes cut in it, as I've mentioned in another video, and I put them close up here. When I put them down, when I lay these bags down, just as a, again, everybody's slightly different, but I always lay them so that this covers this flange, okay? Because that flange and everything is coming to the skin. Yeah? So I make sure that this doesn't, the flange doesn't rest on any surfaces that may be dirty or what have you. Yeah, just one of those little things. Make sure you've got some of these wipes handy. I'm coming across here. I'm going to need a towel at the end as well. I have my towel down beside me there. And then, yes, right. Okay, got my shorts on, keeping my shorts on for you today. Keep my modesty. Okay, we're going to start the shower. What I tend to do, my shower takes a little while to warm up, so I tend to do that on, let it start to run, then once it's running and getting warm, I take my bag off. I wanted to show you anyway. When I do it before, I put the shower on so there's no background noise getting in the way. Okay, again, you can probably see how it's beginning to ruckle a bit. I was in the hot tub yesterday, and that affects the backing a little bit, but not to no extent really here. Okay, so just spraying. So nice and simple, and it's off. Yeah, that goes in my bag, my little black bags, and you're ready to shower. Okay, the questions you at the beginning, you think, okay, you've got a hole here, is the water going to go up there? Can I have a bath? When I lay in the bath, will the water go up? I was told, didn't know myself, but I was told no, because the way it works and so on, the water won't go up there. There's enough pressure from the back. It's almost like hand squeeze like this. When you, if you put your hand like this, in this shape, so it's almost cone shaped going backwards, okay, and you squeeze your hands from the bottom upwards, like so, when we're in the water will squirt up there, and that's almost what happens here with your intestines and so on, from your kidney, come through here, and they squeeze it forwards, okay. And there's enough pressure there, because it's always going that way, rather than something trying to come in the other way. Don't worry about it, just don't worry about it. I'm waffling a bit here, sorry. It's early morning for me. Okay, I'm going to go and get a shower, and then we can come back and put the bag on whilst I'm in the shower. Okay, so I've had my shower. And we're ready for changing the bag. Obviously the first thing you're going to try and do is get yourself dry. Yeah. I use a normal towel. You can use your wipes around there if you wish, but I tend to use a normal towel, especially going around the stoma there, okay? Again, be nice to yourself around the stoma. With time it becomes more and more natural and so on. But it's still a delicate area, and the better you treat it, the less chance you are of injuring yourself inadvertently or anything, rubbing it too hard or scoring it or anything. And the less chance you have of doing any damage. Because if you do damage it, then you're going to have to nip to the hospital or whatever, you see your stoma people. But yeah, just be nice, get it nice and dry. Again, the same thing applies, get it nice and dry. It's odd with the shorts on, I don't normally have a shower on, but Okay, what I tend to do is this, leaning slightly forwards, so that when I get a little bit of it, gently dab that, make sure it's nice and dry all the way around. Okay, and why am I leaning forwards? I'm waiting for it to happen, and probably won't now because the camera's on us, but it has its moments, and it will either spurt, in which case it goes in the bath and you're fine, or it dribbles and it goes all the way down here, and you've got to then dab it and clean it, and then quite often you're just about ready to go, and then you'll have one of its moments and you end up getting back underneath the shower and just to clean that part off again, and then drying it off again and starting again. Okay, so get your flange, take the back off, just the same as we were doing by the sink. I've got my mirror. I've talked all about my mirror in one of the others if you want to have a look, but I find that very nice, and the reason for this is I like to get it in the right place, so I have to come up, make it nice and flat, get this in the right place here. There. And the first thing I do is go round in the circle, so if it does kick off, then I'm not going to have to put a new back on, because if it goes down the back, if that's your abdomen, this is the flange coming down here, if it does kick off and comes down the back between the two, okay, but if you've, first thing you ever do is if you then come in, that's where the stoma is, just down here, if you push it down here, if it comes through, it's coming out this side, well, right now it's, here we go, we're going to do one of these little things, I'll do a little one today, a minute, so it's a little bit coming out there, because it's stuck down in that circle there, there's no problem, okay? So it's not going to hurt the back. And before we go and get too much stuff going everywhere, I'm just going to give a quick dab and then fix the flange. Again, you've got your female part here, extrusion on this side, like so, and you just push them in. And remember what I was on about before, making sure you go all the way around, don't just go push it on either side. That's how I used to start it at one point. Get a couple of accidents and you learn the better thing about it. So then you're done, okay? You finish off getting dry down the lower end. I didn't bother drying off the lower end because in case you got stuff everywhere and you had to reshower that over here again. Nice and simple in the shower. It's no different in the bath. If you, instead of using the shower, I could have just come out of the bath. So yeah, that's changing your bag.